after the movie and you feed the kids popcorn. It's a class all the kids want to go to. That one you're not really teaching, you're using other gifts. You understand with that? Follow me with that? Education, some of the gifts. Library. Why do we work in the library? Because I don't know how many of you realize, you probably don't, how frequently used, how used frequently, or the library is used a ton. Since we changed it 4 years ago and tore out that wall and made it bright and took a bunch of books out and put new books in, it is used a lot. What are some of the gifts that the library needs? People who are organized, who have gift of administration. People who have the gift of discernment. When the 3 or 4 ladies went through the library about 4 years ago, they dumped probably 3/4 of the books. And a lot of the books that they dumped were like, what are these books really doing in the church? They're not faith, Christian-filled books. Gift of discernment. Gift of help. Coming in to help. Ladies' Bible study, the men's Bible study, we've sort of talked about these, but it's the gifts of encouragement, exhortation, prophecy, administration, hospitality. Hospitality almost fits in all of these. You may not know, right now the men's Bible study group is not meeting. First time, and I have no idea. I mean, for 13 years since I've been here, that's been going on. I said to a few people, probably I should step up and do it. And I've been told, no, don't, Pastor. Somebody else has the gift to move into it. I'm not trying to guilt anybody. You may not have the gift of teaching, or you may have the gift of teaching. You may have the gift of knowledge, but not teaching. But if you're a man, talk to me. We'll get the Bible study going again. Prime timers. Prime timers, such an important aspect, such a pillar of this community, really of any church, is the prime time. Some of the gifts that are needed, gifts of encouragement. That's a huge gift. Can't tell you how often I've been to the nursing homes, and with some people that we know and have loved here and have heard, what is my purpose anymore, Pastor? What am I here for? I'm not teaching them anything. I'm not doing voluntary poverty. I'm not doing any prophesying with them. I'm not leading them. I'm not giving them knowledge. What am I doing at that point? Encouraging. Encouraging. If you have the gift of encouragement, if you got the gift of hospitality, come and talk to me about the prime timers. I mean, I'd love to have people go and visit more the primetime individuals within our congregation. Open it up. And if you notice, we as a church have, what we do is we look at the fact that we're called to have education, evangelism, fellowship, worship, and service. Those 5 areas. But with the education, what we have next on the inside is high school and middle school youth groups. Why are kids important? Oh, what did we hear last week? 80, what's the percentage? People who become Christians. 85% of the people who are Christians become a Christian when they are? Pardon? Between 4 and 14. 85% of people who become Christians become a Christian between 4 and 14. Why is education important? Oh, right there. It's the nail on the head. Why is the youth group, the high school and the middle school important? Right there. And it's about relationship building. We have awesome leaders in the youth group program with Greg and Kathy Bendowski. They are awesome. They are relationship, hospitality gifts. But we also need gifts of administration. We need people who are willing to do helps and service for the high school and middle school kids. Some of you I know at some other churches have involved doing that, providing food and just stepping up and maybe not directly being involved with the kids, but doing things on the outside to help the leaders do that which they do best. Again, you get the picture? I don't know how to lay bricks, how to lay cement, but I learned how to do tile. You know, everybody that built my house, they didn't do all the things, but when it all comes together, the house gets built. When we all work together, the house of Christ is built. Women's group. Women's group, they deal with helps, service. Mercy, reaching out. I've already been hitting the women's group up into making some materials for us, or the balloon balls that we've made before to take down to Haiti with us. Why is the women's group important? Their Bible study time, they get together. The work time, they're together and relationally together. Home groups. Home groups help each other grow in the faith. They help in relationships. What type of gifts are needed? Knowledge, hospitality, distinguishing between spirits, teaching. Do you hear that all of these areas don't just take one gift? It takes multitudes of gifts in each area. Evangelism. The evangelism team. What is evangelism important? Why do we do it? It's to change people's eternal address. You all know and you all realize that everybody lives after we die. We all live after we die. The question is, where? So why is evangelism important? Evangelism is important so that we can warn people, and not just warn them, but encourage them to change their eternal destiny. Vacation Bible School gets back into the education of needing teachers, needing hospitality, needing kitchen workers, needing administrative people, needing people taking chairs down, putting chairs back together for next worship time. We got something coming up in 2 months I'm pretty excited about. Sons of Thunder. Some of you were here back in May, Mother's Day, and you all thought I was crazy when we had Sons of Thunder here on Mother's Day. And after that service, most everybody walked out and said, "Whoa, that was amazing." They're coming in January for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 4 days. 4 days. We're going to need a lot of help with that. A lot of background help. Each night we're going to need a lot of help. Hospitality, service, mercy, all those types of things. Fellowship. Fellowship, what do we need? Hospitality. Service. Why do we do hospitality? I mean, why do we do fellowship? It's been found out that most people will come back to a church service not because the pastor is great or the music is great, but because they get talked to back in the lobby. I have some good friends who go to a few different churches that they really aren't excited about their pastor. They're really not excited about other things that are going on, but their friends are there. And they're there. And they're in service. And they're working because they're friends, because people that they know and people they've gotten to know. Worship. Worship is one of the spiritual gifts, is leading worship. It's the ability to lead us through music for worship. But worship needs a lot more than just music. It's the administration. It's the people being willing to step forward when they ask to do some of the prophecy, some of the speaking, some of the teaching. We've had a few of you have stepped forward and have done the teaching time when I've been gone. Nursery, praise band. Praise band ushers us into God's presence. I don't know about you, but I feel a lot more worshipful when the praise band's going than when I'm speaking. And I think all of you look a lot more alive when that's going on than when I'm speaking. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty warm in here. Anybody else warm? You're warm? Yeah, it's like, man, hot. Nursery. Nursery. Some of you sit back and say, "What? That nursery, that's just for the people who have young kids, whatnot." No, the reality is, friends, nursery is such a vital component of the church. It is the front line for young couples who come to visit our church or any church. If you're coming, or if you've come here and you got little kids and you go walk into the nursery and the nursery's not friendly or clean, or you don't meet a smiling face, hospitality, you're not coming back. Why is nursery important? It's part of the evangelism. It's part of the outreach. You got the gift of hospitality. You love children.